Hey guys, welcome to this series called Becoming a Dad Who Doesn't Suck. I mentor a lot of guys, and most of the guys, all of the guys I mentor are awesome guys. But one of the themes that comes up over and over, especially for the dads in these groups, is this idea of how do I father? Whether it's young kids, whether it's teens, like good men, great men want to become great fathers, but it's really hard. And it seems like with every passing year, it's getting harder and harder to be a dad who doesn't suck, who doesn't fail at raising their kids. And so this whole series is designed for you to get together with some other dads, maybe a men's group, maybe just get with another guy who wants to be a dad who doesn't suck. Watch these short videos. I'll have 3 of them at least to get started here. If you want me to do more topics, you can just request those topics using the comments below the video. But get with some other guys, watch the short video together, talk about it, use the discussion questions that I provide below each video, and become a dad who doesn't suck. All right, in this first video, we're talking about fathering the attitude of your kids. So many dads, and maybe this is a guy thing, I don't know, but so many dads father the actions of their kids. They're thinking about end goals. They're thinking about, outcomes. They're not thinking about their kids' attitude. Dads, father the attitude, not just the actions. Don't make it all about rules and consequences. Now, don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I'm not suggesting that discipline isn't important. I'm not suggesting that we shouldn't assess our kids or that we shouldn't pay attention to their actions. Of course we should. What I'm saying is this: actions follow attitude. Don't forget that as a dad. If you want to be a great dad, you want to make sure, from the youngest age possible, you're talking about it, you're thinking about your fathering in terms of their attitudes first. Because if you can somehow change their attitude, if you can somehow win their attitude, if you can somehow father their attitude, then you will find that their actions will follow. Now, again, we'll have questions below so you can process this with a mentor or a men's group. But don't forget, actions are not the end goal. Attitude is what leads to the right actions. So that means you need to affirm attitude adjustments as a dad, not just acts of obedience. I know so many dads that are quick to affirm an act of obedience for the act that it was, or discipline an act of disobedience for the act that it wasn't. But don't forget, as often as you can, affirm attitude changes. When you see your kid, when you see them responding with the right attitude, or just even coming to you and having a conversation and they're having a great attitude and you want to applaud that, use your words and affirm the attitude, because as you affirm the attitude, you're affirming the heart issue, the underlying issue, and the more you do that, then the more they're going to want to have the right attitude, which of course will lead to the right actions. So here's the last thing: father with the end in mind. Don't forget this. We're going to be talking about this through this entire series. The goal of good fathering is to raise a responsible adult who takes ownership for his actions for the rest of his life. So you don't want to try to raise someone who's just robotically being obedient and not really connecting attitudes and actions. When you father with the end in mind, you're trying to raise a healthy individual, a healthy man or woman who takes ownership over his actions, but also over his or her attitudes. Now, again, this video is just intended to get you started with some talking points. Use the questions below to process this, to talk about this more, to add some of your own stories and some of your own examples and even some of your own questions. Do it with another mentor or do it in a men's group. And then we'll see you next time when we talk about fathering your kids without firing them.